This is a Jet Provost tip tank. And I'm attempting to turn it into a ridiculous single seat race car. So far, I've gutted out the inside, started to sculpt the shape a little bit, and also made a start on the chassis. Next, I need to work out how to fix this to the tank, or should I say the tank to this, so it goes back in the same place every time. Because this is just a shell really, this is what the car is going to be built on. And then, once that's done, start making a awesome custom aluminium fabricated bucket seat, like traditional style vintage bomber jet plane thing. Yeah. Right, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna be brave. I'm gonna finally stop messing around and I'm gonna cut this nose section open and make this an access panel, because yeah, it's gonna make life so much easier. And I don't know why I haven't done it yet. I've just been scared. Now then, what I want to do to make my life easier is a bit backwards. So what I want to do, before I cut down, round and over, to make sure this goes back in exactly the same place and this all stays lined up, I'm actually going to make the brackets to hold it together first. So I'm going to make the plate to sit inside there, drill and bolt it each side, and then when I know once I've cut it, down the middle obviously, I'm going to take it off, it will already be in place to go straight back on. In theory anyway. So obviously first I need to just work out where I'm going to cut it. But I want to miss this section where it's like joint together, so it's like three halves, you know what I mean. And so I just miss that by a little bit, so I'll probably follow this line down along over the front and back. Use my super long bendy flexi rule. Need some more lights in here, don't I? So I marked out where I'm going to cut now, and I'm just going to mark some holes all the way down both sides of the line, equally spaced to keep it nice, and then drill them and then put some plate on the back and then chop it. Give them all a little pilot drill and hope I got them in the right place. Right, it's all our holes in there. I'm not going to do over the top because that could be done later. So now I need some plates to sit behind. So there's a rib here, or what's left of one. So I need one there, and same the other side. So what should I use? I might have some stainless. Maybe stainless would be a good idea. That'd be strong. Let's have a look on the shelf. 316 stainless. Bit of sheet of that. Some 0.9. That should be perfect, I reckon. It's already cut the strips as well. Happy days. Right, so I think this wants to be about 40 mil wide. And this piece here is 80 mil. Perfect. So I can just cut that in half and it's spot on. I got two then. And then, I don't know how long. 250 roughly, and longer than my roll. Right, so there's our stringers, and now we've just got to put them inside and drill them. Oh, it's lucky this thing's light the amount of time I've been moving it around. So, just got to drill these here. I think I'll drill the end hole on the bench, pin it in, and line it up and drill the rest. Oh, I need longer arms. Oh, look at that, it lined up. First time. So I got this one in behind. You can just see it through the holes. So it's lined up for our pins. Just got to drill it, pin it, and then rinse and repeat. So there we have it. That's all drilled now, both sides, look. So, next thing is just number them so I make sure they go back in the same place, because I'll definitely forget. And then I can cut this front off. Now I'm gonna have to do a nice job of this because I want just a nice even little gap all the way around. So when it goes back on, you almost can't tell. It made it look like it was supposed to be there. So wish me luck. Right, now any of this structural rigidity that it still had is now gone. But like I said, this is only a shell for what's going to be a cover. You know what I mean. So, I haven't taken it off yet, so let's have a look. And having the brackets or the cleats or stringers on the back helped a lot when cutting it. So as you go past it, you can then put the thing on to hold it, stop it vibrating as much. So that worked. Ooh, here we go. Ta-da! Look at that. See how much room there is now, and still got a little bit of strength in it. It's not too bad. Right, so now you can sort of get the idea. I mean, I'm pretty sure you had it anyway, but you can see what I'm dealing with. Go, and you have to be left foot brake. Pretty sure there's room to get a steering rack in there. Obviously we're going to build off of this steel chassis, or whatever you want to call it. So we're going to bring it out front, back, middle, and then I'm going to probably roll some steel. So obviously there'll be some hoops in there and stuff because this is literally just a case now. So next I think I need to get somehow fix this to this chassis a bit, so we contain a bit of strength in this before it completely falls apart. To get this steel box bit chassis thing to sit in the middle of here, and then I want to just put some sort of bracket down through so I can hold it and it goes back in the same place every time. I think what I'm going to do is just cut a little piece of angle off of this, weld it to the end of this box, and then line it all up, drill it all through, put a pin in it, and then we've got our center line for the middle, and then we can make all the other bits do the stuff. It just go in there something like that, and then I'll weld it in, drill it all down through, put a pin in, and then happy days. So I just gotta line it all up, so I have to do some measuring and make sure everything's center and where I want it, and then weld, drill, done. But I've got my center line in the tank now. I've got a tiny little mark on the middle of this, so I lined it up with that, and then little hole in the end, drop that in there, just like that, line it up, drill it through, weld it to the end there, job's a good at. Put a pin in it. Well, just got to do that like 50 more times now. We've got 3 points of contact now. Obviously these would need done properly, and I'll brace them up, etc. And it definitely needs a lot more of them. But I don't want to put any more in yet until I know where stuff starts to go, so I don't want it getting in the way. So that'll do just to get us started. But next, I want to start making the seat. So our seat's going to come down and go big, like aluminium style fabricated race seat. So next thing to do is let's go get some metal. There, 1 2.5 by 1250 sheet, 2mm thick of 5083. Now I know there's going to be a lot of debate about people saying should have used this, should have used that, but I want to use 5083. It's a bit easier to work with than a 6000. It's obviously a lot better than a 1000 for this application. Forms well, strong, easily weldable, all that sort of stuff. So this is what I've gone for. I've also been doing a bit of drafting. So what I've done is, with this, sometimes use CAD, sometimes we'll hand sketch, sometimes I'll model it, all sorts of things. But for this, I wanted to do 1:1 scale. So I've drafted on here, sort of, you know, prototyping, do a lot of prototyping and that sort of thing. So I find this the easiest way. There's lots of different ways, everyone's different. You know, sometimes, like I said, put it in the CAD software and all that sort of stuff. But today I like to do it like this because I don't really know what I'm going for. I'm sort of working out as I go. Because obviously this is built to me. I've sort of sized this for myself. So everyone's different, aren't they? So it's hard to sort of gauge stuff. So here we have our centerpiece of the seat. It's going to be made in several pieces. So this is the bit that runs all the way down through the middle. So obviously headrest, that's where you sit. And it's going to be folded in different ways. I want a bit more of a curve in the back, slight tweak up the sides, and these will be folded around to be recessed, and then obviously there'll be sides. We'll bait the sides separately so we can join it all together. So we've got a lot of strengthening holes in this. So we're going to add some lightness, but obviously we want to swage them. So a swaged hole actually increases the strength. So we've got a lot of these little ones, you know, positioned exactly where we sort of need them to add where we need it. You picture a piece of sheet, it flexes, but then if you put a kink in it, it gives it a lot more strength. So we've got a lot of little kinks. Got some doubler plates where the harnesses will go through. So where you can see the blue line, this will be a plate each side, and then what we'll do is we'll use rivets. We've got some aircraft grade rivets that we'll hold it all together with. And then there's a few bits I didn't like. I'm not sure about the shape of the top. I mean, that's just an aesthetics thing, but we can change that. I'm gonna roll, all the edge will be rolled around the top as well. I'll do that by hand to give it a nice finish. And then, obviously once I've folded it, I'll cut it out, drill the holes, fold it, and then we'll work out the sides. Because I'm not sure about the shape of the sides yet, so I wanna sit in it first before I sculpt the sort of like where your elbows go. And then that'll attach to these recesses that'll be folded, and then we'll actually rivet it all together. Right, let's just cut this off first. Right, let's just hang it up. I could do with one of those like easel things, you know, like a draw-in holder thing, but that'll do. There. Now then, I'm just gonna get my sheet onto this table, and I think the best thing to do is just cut this section out first. Just cut the width, because I know that's right anyway. I'll cut that out, and then it'll be a lot easier to start, won't it? Luckily, aluminium's light, isn't it? Ooh, scratchy. So I'm going to cut the length just a bit oversized to start, because I might want a bit of wiggle room on that. Yeah, 1.4. 1.4. And then it's got 500 and 540 the width. Now I know you wouldn't use a scribe in aerospace because of stress fractures, but I don't think this thing's ever going to fly, so I'm not too worried. Right, let's just cut that out. Just going to use my electric shears, but they are very blunt now because they get a lot of use, so we'll see how they get on. And the last thing I used them on was stainless, and that just killed it. That wasn't too bad. There, one race car seat. Just gonna tidy the edges up with a file, make it nice and neat. Just polish the edges a little bit. So what we need to do now is transfer this onto this. I think I'll put you on time lapse. You don't want to sit and watch me do that for 6 hours, do you? as easy as that. Sorry, the light reflects a bit on the camera, doesn't it? But what we've got to do now is just cut it out, drill some holes, do some bending, put some tape on to protect it. So let's just cut it out. I've just made a decision on something. Before I finish cutting this out, what I want to do is where all these like sharp points meet, I want to drill a little hole, or a medium-sized hole at the end. So then there's relief and it's a nice there's a smooth end to the point then, and it's a relief when you're bending. It should help prevent cracking and stuff. There! Let's go dress the edges now, round the corners off. Right, now that's all cut out, I need to put all my holes in first, don't I, before I bend it, because it'll be a lot harder to do it after. So I'm going to do is pilot drill them all first, and then I'm going to use some of my, where did I put them? Q-Max cutters. So these are, if you didn't know what these are, they're like hole punches, sort of. So you just drill a little hole, pilot hole, and you just wind them in and it just pulls through and cuts a nice, neat, round hole. And then you can stick it in the thing, squish it and swage it, and happy days. So let's do that. So usually you just wind these in by hand, but I'm feeling really lazy, so I just use the impact. But it's really loud. And this one's really pathetic, and the battery keeps going. Oh, I give up. Making me look a fool. See, that was easier, wasn't it? Right, another 500 to do. Oh, last one. Getting a sweat on. Oh, there. There we have it. Now I haven't cut these bits out yet because I'm not too sure on position. I want to make sure they're right, like in the right place in my shoulders. But I can do that after, that's not too much of a big deal. Next is working out which order to bend or swage stuff, because I can't get it in the folder, or the fingers of the folder will hit the swage things and it won't sit on the bit because of the stuff. So I have to work out which order to do it now. So I'm going to do these two inner little creases first, because that's what I think is the order. Right, we've got our wings now. You can see the strength is sort of starting to take shape already. So we've got those two bits. That's to sort of take in the curve of the back a little bit. So now I need to do these sides. So that's going to be the next bit. That might be hard, but let's give it a go. So I want these bits now that are clamped in, these very edge bits, to be 90 degrees to this. I am asking a lot of this really. Could have bolted it down a bit a lot easier, wouldn't it? The strength in that now already is amazing. It's got so much more rigidity to it. So I think I can do these bends now. You just take these out, so then obviously you can get it either side of it. I mean, hopefully it all relies on this, to be honest. See, does that make sense? That's why it's good to have a long stick out behind your bender. Damn, that's starting to look good now, isn't it? Still a long way to go, but we're definitely getting there. I can't help myself, I just need to switch it all before I go in for the day. Oh, looking better already, innit? Okay, just a couple more, if you're gonna force me. That's as many as I could do in the press at the moment. But they look so cool. Something so satisfying about a swaged hole in there. Right, I will see you in the morning. Morning. I've been reading all the comments and stuff on the last video I put out on this thing, and I gotta say thank you. There's been some brilliant ideas, some crazy, all sorts of stuff. People saying it should be led down in it head first, which seems absolutely madness, but that would be awesome. All sorts of things. So yeah, thanks for that. So I'm a bit slow at replying. I do try my best, but I'm not the best at that sort of thing. Also, thank you to everyone who's liked and subscribed and bought a t-shirt. I do appreciate it. It really helps with all this sort of thing. I'm gonna try to be as regular as I can with these videos, but it's hard because this is a business at the end of the day. Unfortunately, customers' work comes first. But don't tell them I've just been working on this for the past week. That's enough talking rubbish. Let's get on with what we're here for, this seat. So I want to finish just swaging all the holes first, because it looks cool. So let's get on with that. Now I can't get these in the press, so I'm gonna have to do them by hand. Luckily the kit I got holes in, so you can just put a nut and bolt through, wind them up, and it does the same sort of thing. So let's do that first, because that's gonna make it look cool, which is what's most important. Now I'm pretty sure everyone who watches this type of video would know what these are, but it just you know, forms the hole. You squish it in, sandwich it, and it just wedges a hole. I can't actually remember where I got these in case anyone wants to know, but these ones are handy because they got hole throughs you can just bolt through. I have seen 3D printed ones, but I've never used any. So if anyone's used any 3D printed ones, let me know, because that'd be interesting. So I do know a few people that do some 3D printed stuff, so they could make some. I am intrigued. You just bolt it through and do it up. It's obviously quicker and easier in the press, but can't always get access. Now I do obviously have a big lathe, so I could make my own, but they're so reasonable to buy, if you can find them, just don't seem worth the effort. There you go. Right, just get on with the rest of them. That's looking better, isn't it? Now I need to just bend this lip over here this way, because I can't do that in the folder because the way the folder is laid out, because it's the opposite direction. Not too bad. So I want to start making our bolsters now. Yeah, I think that's what you want to call them. The bits that sort of come out the side and then sort of this sort of shape. But before we do that, I want to work out that angle. So I want a 15-degree rake on this seat, but I want to set the seat to the base to about 10 degrees, and that way I got a bit of play this way, so I can have it at 15 about there, so you're actually coming up that sort of shape. That makes sense? It's sitting naturally at about 5 degrees roughly. So we're just going to bend it out a little bit to make it match what we want. So it's quite a bit different. If you see it on the camera, I'm not sure the camera line up. Isn't it bad there, look? So let's just bend this out a bit to about where we want it. Pretty good there. So I'm just going to take a bit of cardboard now and really roughly shape out what I think looks right here. I'll start just by drawing around it. So here we have our outline, and I'm going to just start the sketch on here roughly where I think things will go and tweak it as we go. So there we have it. As you can probably tell, this has been based off of absolutely nothing. So I'm just going to stick it down, sit in it, and see if it looks right, feels right. I don't know. I want it nice and high on the sides because it's going to be sort of an open car. So got a bit of bolster protection, put a bit of kink in this. It's all going to be doubled up as well for extra strength. And maybe sort of fold these in, like roll this lip in so it's a bit squishier inside. Let's try it out. This seems like a nice height, like a little fold over it to keep you sort of supported on your legs. This bit seems about right, like around your ribs and stuff, for those side impacts. This piece, I think, this is coming out too far, so I think this actually just needs to go straight in. We don't need this top half, so we'll get rid of that. And then I'm just going to cut it out of metal. Here we go. I think let's just clamp them on and have a look what it's like. It's got some little rubbery spring clamps. All these edges will need tweaking a little bit because there's a little bit out and whatever. But doesn't look too bad about there. I think the sides want rolling, but let's get that one on and then sit in it. Starting to take shape now, isn't it? Arms shouldn't be inside, should they? That would be super tight. Can I have my arms outside? Right, we're getting there. I think it just needs need to bring these in a little bit. Like fold it sort of like on an angle across there. Just sort of take both the edges in and a little bit there, I reckon, next. And it should be slowly getting there, isn't it? It's gonna do a bit of precision bending here. Sometimes you've got to do things by eye. What do you think? To start, a little tweak on this one. Guys, it's taking forever, innit? This video must be like a week long by now. So I've got a couple of little bends in it now, and I think I'm sort of happy with the position. It needs a bit of tweaking, but I wanna drill some holes in it and pin it on so then it goes in the same place every time, and then it's easier to move and mark and put some cool things in it and that sort of stuff. So it looks good on our angle, sat there. It's pretty good. So it's good. Draw around it, mark some holes out, put some in it, and then go from there. With this, I am just going on the old aerospace principle of massively overkill. Now, all jokes aside, I would like to be able to actually use this seat, not just in this, but maybe for other things. I don't know, as a race seat in general, especially if I'm building it for me, so might as well make it actually strong and, you know, not just for show and something stupid. Right, just 1,000 holes to drill now. There, massively overkill. So I just want to pop a couple through now and pin it as I go, and that should hold it all in place. One. Right, it's getting there, isn't it? Very, very slowly. This must be the most elaborate, ridiculous seat ever. So I need to obviously do the other side and then start making some strengthening plates. So I want strengthening in this point here, where the weakest point is, and then maybe a doubler plate inside for this corner, and then obviously work out the seat belts and double up where the seat belts are, and then roll the top. Oh my god, it's gonna take forever. I had to move some stuff about, so it's like a bomb's gone off here in a moment. But sides are on. I've just finished cutting our side supports out. So these, I've got one for each side. These will sit about there, and then so it's a strengthen up. So this one will sit on the inside, and then another one will go over the top of the whole. Whoops! Of the whole lot to tie it all together. Oh, there's too much junk in here. Preparing for a big event in the end of November, so it's just chaos. I know I've not touched this in a while. There'll be another video coming up soon. is obviously a customer's build, but yeah, there's certain things we're going over about it. It's just, you know, so that would be, I don't know, next month or something. So I've got our little corner support plates. I've marked out all the holes. I'm just going to drill and pin that on, and then we can make the final external strengthening plates to go across the lot. So this will be sandwiched between the lot, and then it'd be riveted and then strengthened and yeah, etc. So I'm just going to drill and pin that in a minute. Here we have those two support plates drilled and fitted and pinned. There's the other one. Now I just got to cut layer number 3. So there it is. One strengthened corner. It's triple layer now. So when that's all riveted, bonded and riveted together, that would be super duper strong. Still got to do, I want to put a small one at the top and probably a small one on the inside. So I'm going to put some internal ones in it just to keep these corners nice. But we're getting there. Very, very slowly. Well, we're getting there. Not quite as much done as I wanted to, but you know, progress is progress. So make sure you join me next time to see me actually finish it and get it in the tank and get a subframe made for it. That's the plan anyway. So I'll see you then.